Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So my name is Stacy, I'm the Pleiadian Awakener. So today let's talk about the nodes of the moon shifting into new territory. So we're moving away from the Taurus Scorpio axis and we're moving into the Aries Libra axis. Now this is starting middle of July of 2023 all the way until early 2025. So with the North Node being in Aries for the next year and a half, this is warrior type of energy. This is the ultimate entrepreneurial type of energy. So this is our motivation. This is drive. This is very direct, blunt energy. This is going after what we want, what we desire. This is also, we're going to notice our aggression, so to speak, sort of take up a couple notches. This is very competitive energy, and also this is really independent energy as well. So this area of our charts is going to be lit up for some change, some new beginnings. So we're definitely going to be welcoming in something new in this area of our life. Now at the South Node, where Libra is going to be transiting, this is an opportunity to let something go that is no longer working for us in at least one area of life. Now, Libra energy, if I could just sum it up in one word, Libra is all about relationships. So Libra energy is very social. It's very balanced. Libra energy is playing the devil's advocate, looking at all sides of the story to make a decision. Libra is also all about justice and harmony and love and beauty. Libra energy is very helpful, very kind. Libra energy, though, can also be very indecisive because, again, they're all about, that type of energy is all about the other. So they want to take into account multiple different opinions or sides of the story before a decision is made. Also, this energy is very dependent. So as you can see, the Aries energy and the Libra energy are quite different, quite opposite, and they do sit on the opposite sides of the zodiac from each other. Now, one thing I want to note is we are moving into fire and air energy when it comes to the eclipses. So what does that mean? So Taurus and Scorpio were fixed signs, so very fixed, stubborn, grounded type of energy. So Taurus being the earth energy, Scorpio being the water energy. This is a more yin type of energy. This is feminine type of energy. This is very receptive, intuitive type of energy. This is like stop the smell the roses type of energy. Now we're shifting into cardinal energy. So that is like ultimate new beginnings, new starts, fresh starts, like let's get going type of energy. Plus it's fire and air energy. So I just wanted to make note of that, because if we're just talking about energy here, and if we just put the signs aside for a second, we are moving into more yang type of energy. So very masculine type of energy, very expressive type of energy, taking action. So we are going to notice the shift in the elements, so to speak. So with Aries being the fire air element, and then Libra being that air element. So I just wanted to make note of that. Also, and I'll get into this when I get into every single sign, but I wanted to mention it early on that if you have any planets or points or placements, personal placements in Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer, these areas of the chart are extremely going to be lit up for some big change. And we'll get into that as we get into each and every sign, because this energy is either going to be conjunct, so the eclipses will possibly hit personal points placements in Aries and Libra, which is huge change, or it's going to be squaring energies in Cancer and Capricorn, which is going to make you move. Like something is going to make you move in these areas of life. It does not mean that the other signs are like going by the wayside. We'll get into each and every sign below, and I guarantee something in your life is going to shift, because eclipses are so faded, which we'll get into right now. So the nodes in our birth chart, what are the nodes in our birth chart? So they give us a flavor of fate, destiny, karma, moving us. These nodal points are moving us towards our highest good. It's part of the map that our soul wants us to experience in this lifetime. So where the south node is in our charts, that is where we have perfected past lifetimes, or what we have perfected in past lifetimes, I should say. Now, if you don't believe in past lives, just bear with me. I just ask that you just keep an open mind. So if you don't believe in past lifetimes, just look at it as a place or point in your chart where you come in with natural gifts, talents, and abilities. So where our south node is, we are a natural expert in that area of life. Now, the key to working with north and south node energies is to basically balance those two in this lifetime. Or again, if you don't believe in past lifetimes, that is what you are asked to experience in your current life right now, in the here and now. So now it's very easier said than done because we are very, very, very comfortable where our south node is in our charts natally. But I guarantee if you stay there, if you live and breathe your south node, you are not going to feel fulfillment. You're not going to feel fulfilled. You're going to be unhappy. You will naturally actually start to gravitate towards your north node out of curiosity. Again, out of being bored or ants in your pants, whatever you want to call it, because you'll naturally get curious as to, you'll maybe start to ask yourself, there's got to be more to life than this. So you'll naturally gravitate towards your north node. And this usually happens a little bit later on in life, not so much early on in life, but later on in life. So it is uncomfortable. Like moving towards your north node, that is your true north. That is your true happiness. And it's really uncomfortable. Like it's very uncomfortable. So for those of you that know your charts, I haven't yet spoken to anyone who's very comfortable with their north node. Even when I found out my north node, I was like, are you kidding me? I was so comfortable. I am very comfortable in my south node, but I have noticed, as I move towards my north node, it is very exciting. It's very liberating, so to speak. So that's just an example. Now, also where your north node is in your natal birth chart, that's where you're going to experience change over change over change over change, different life experiences, multiple different experiences in that area of your chart, not only the sign, but the house placement as well. So I'll just give you an example here. Say you have your north node in Libra. Well, that's all about relationships. So you're going to go through relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship because that's what you're here to do. That's not 100% your purpose, but that's one of the things in your map of life, in your chart of life, that you want to experience, that your soul wants to experience. So that could be love relationships, that could be business partnerships, that could be long-term friendships. So anyway, that's just one example of, say, if you have your north node in Libra. Now, the cycle of the nodes is approximately 18 and a half years. So they spend approximately a year and a half in each and every zodiac sign. And these are very meaningful, critical points in our lives because, again, this is where the eclipses happen. And if the eclipses hit any personal points or planets in your chart, huge life changes, like absolutely huge. I think people underestimate, maybe not everybody, but I mean, eclipses are huge, you guys. Like people seem to focus on, oh my God, Pluto, oh my God, Saturn, but what about eclipses? Like eclipses are huge manifesting points in our lives, and they can completely turn our lives upside down. Completely. Never mind a Pluto transit, never mind a Saturn transit. What about eclipses? So that's why I love working with eclipses, because it's the ultimate wild card. It's similar to Uranus. It's like you don't really know what you're going to get until you're in the thick of it or it's past, and then you can reflect back on that time. So anyway, nodal returns happen every 18 and a half years. So this is when the North Node returns to where your natal North Node is in your chart. And again, eclipses happen along that axis of your life. So you don't need your chart to do this because I'm going to ramble off all the ages here. So nodal returns happen obviously around age 18 and a half, 37, 55, 56, 74, 92, 93. So this is very similar to a reset in your life. It's similar to like pushing the reset button on something, on yourself. And that's not easy, right? So this time in your life, you might be going back to the drawing board. You might be starting over again. You might be more than likely reassessing where you are. Maybe not so much when you're 18, 19 years old, but definitely, 37, 55, 56 and older, you're definitely going to be looking at these sort of highlights of your life and where you want to go. So lots of synchronicity. People will be coming into your life to sort of nudge you back onto your path, along with life experiences, travel, whatever the case may be, that pertains to your chart in particular. Now, nodal reversals happen every 9 years. So this is when the North Node conjuncts your South Node and the South Node conjuncts your North Node. So again, I'm going to ramble off a bunch of age brackets here. So age 9, age 27, 28, 46, 64, 65, and 83. This is a rebalancing type of energy. So this is actually where you might revert back to your South Node a little bit, to again incorporate that South Node into the North Node. Now, again, you'll more than likely be doing this, some of you consciously, but some of you unconsciously, because again, this is where you're rebalancing your life. But again, depending on where your nodes sit in your chart. So definitely another point in life every 9 years where you step back and reassess. Okay, where am I at? You might get the feeling if something's not right. You might be pushing hard against life, whatever circumstance it may be. And this is a time in your life where you're going to just stop and you'll be like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, what am I doing here? How can I create happiness in my life? And then something might pivot or shift. Now, the nodal squares happen more often. So they happen every 4.5 years approximately. And again, I'm going to ramble off ages here. So again, 4.5 years old, 14 years old, 23, 32, 41, 50, 59, 68, 77, 86, 95. So these aspects, so squaring aspects, they're going to make you move. They're definitely going to make you move. Squares are going to bring change, upheaval, opportunity. Again, they're going to bring people, situations into your life that either are going to make you move or they're just going to move you along your path in a different way. This is also could be a time in life where you kind of take a different path or you try out different things, maybe until your nodal reversal comes around or whatever the case may be that sort of nudges you back onto your path at some point, maybe the next square or something like that. So definitely it can be an uncomfortable experience. But again, this is all about life experience. This is what we're here to experience. We're not here to experience this earthly plane as just sitting around doing nothing. Like, we are here to experience life. So even if we sit in our houses or wherever we're living and do nothing, trust me, there's going to be external circumstances that's going to make you move. It's going to force you to get out of your comfort zone and move. So one thing I want to make note of here, because obviously I mentioned some really young ages like 4.5 and 9 and 14 and things like that. So obviously the younger ages, this is mainly influenced by your parents or your authority figures or whoever's raising you at that time, or whoever's roof you're living under, basically. Because obviously at 4.5 years old, I don't know, you're not going to remember, or, 14 years old, for example, is a good age where obviously your parental figures are going to be impacting your nodal square, so there might be some family shuffling more than likely that happens around that age. Now, if you have kids that are around some of these younger ages, like 18, 19, 9 years old, 14 years old, 23 years old, 27, 28, take note of this, because I guarantee you're going to see them have ants in their pants. Like they're going to want to change or move, and you might actually see their behaviors change too, because again, they are growing, they are learning, they are absorbing, they are transitioning in their own personal souls, in their own personal lives, right? Like this is all about gaining that life experience. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that if you're curious about that. Okay. So the last time, I always like looking back as to when these happened in the past, the nodes. So the North Node in Aries was December of 2004 to June of 2006. So think back to this time in your life. There might be similar themes coming up at this time. Now, if you're saying to yourself, oh my God, something tragic happened or something horrible happened, it does not mean it's going to happen again. Because again, eclipses change and move. They might not be hitting personal planets and placements this time around. Also, there's other big players in the sky. So, I mean, who knows what would have happened back then. And it doesn't mean that the exact same thing's going to happen. But you might see sort of like those next steps, or another stepping stone, or a different type of opportunity with a different like feel or theme, but better. It's going to be taking that leap of faith into a new opportunity, basically. Now, also think back February of 2014 to November of 2015. This is when the North Node was in Libra. So the nodes were reversed. So North Node in Libra, South Node in Aries. So again, think back to this time. This was 9 years ago, approximately. So again, what was happening? Not the exact same things are going to come through, because again, this is an opposite. This is more, of a rebalancing, so to speak, but you might see some themes come through with regards to relationships, for example, because this is the relationship axis. Aries is, again, that independent I am type of energy, and Libra is all about relationships. It's all about we balance, I balance, and it's all about the other. So I guarantee there's going to be, for all of us, something to do with our relationships, whether it's love, romance, dating, business partnerships, business opportunities, partnerships in general, or long-term friendships as well. So, and for those of you that have your natal North Node in Aries, you are experiencing your nodal return. So this is really exciting for you, absolutely. So this is, again, hitting that reset button and reassessing where you are at right now. So definitely, Aries, huge new beginnings are going to be happening in your life. Lots of synchronicity pushing you back onto your path. Now, for those of you with a natal North Node in Libra, you are experiencing your nodal reversal. So again, this is that halfway point between your nodal return, which is going to happen in 9 years. So again, this is that rebalancing, right? So you'll likely stop, reassess where you're at. You're going to slow down. You're going to kind of revert back to your South Node, and you're going to slowly incorporate that South Node energy into where your North Node is. So definitely a rebalancing will be taking place. Now, I'm not going to talk about the eclipses here. So what I usually do is I post eclipse information on my Facebook page, my Instagram account. So if you want to follow me, feel free to do so. For example, we just had our first total solar eclipse in Aries on April 19th, 20th at 29 degrees. That's our very first one. This was an intense one, you guys. This was an intense one. So, what happened? Did anything happen in your life? And again, eclipses, when they happen up to 2 months before that date. So think back to even February. What happened in February in your life? April, you might have seen something else come to light. And then July, you're going to see something else come to light. Why do I say that? Because that's when, again, middle of July of 2023 is when the North Node will officially move into Aries, and the North Node is going to hit that 29 degree point. So you might see something manifest, something come to light around that time. Now, this isn't going to be for everyone. It is what it is, because again, I can't see everyone's charts, but something might happen in July. If nothing happened to you in April or March or February or whatever, I have a feeling something might happen in July, whether big or small, something might happen, because again, this is the eclipses that we're talking about. This is fated karmic energy. So very exciting, nothing to fear. It's just exciting. It's just taking on those new life challenges and opportunities. So like I said, I will post, I usually post about a week or two in advance of eclipses, because I like to give people sort of a heads up that, because eclipse energy can be very chaotic. Sometimes, again, it's the wild card energy. You don't really know what you're going to get. Sometimes nothing happens. But again, I find things either happen way before the eclipse or after the eclipse, not so much on the day. It can manifest that way, but just so you're aware of, okay, if something gives in your life, you can sort of see it coming or sort of prepare yourself, like, okay, I might be getting a shift in this area of my life or something like that. So, yes, so let's go through each and every sign to see where you can see some endings and new beginnings in at least one area of your life. Now, keep in mind, I'm using a whole sign, whole house system. I use Western tropical astrology, so this is not going to resonate with each and every one of you. I always say take what resonates and leave the rest. Do watch for your ascendant, your sun sign, and if you want to watch for your moon sign, you can definitely do so, but it's definitely most important to watch for your ascendant. And again, your sun sign would be sort of like that secondary energy, and then your moon sign more on an emotional or physical, subjective basis, so to speak. Okay, and then one thing I wanted to offer is I am offering 30, 40-minute readings when it comes to just the nodes. So I'll look at your chart, see where this energy is hitting you specifically in your personal chart, and I'll be sort of focusing on critical points. So is it happening in your first house? Is it happening in your seventh? Is it happening in your fourth or 10th? These are critical areas of the chart, or if it's hitting your sun, or if it's hitting a personal planet that's going to affect you possibly very personally. So I am offering that. I'll leave that information in the description box below if you are interested in allowing me to take a peek at your chart, and we can either have a phone call, we can have a video call, we can do face-to-face, and I also offer written readings as well if you are interested in that. So okay, let's get into all the signs now. I'm just going to take a drink. Okay, starting with Aries. This is happening in your first house of, your physical appearance, your identity, your body. This is you. This is like all about your house, the I am house. This could also touch on your health. But this is overall Aries' big life themes. Like, because this is your first house, this could really touch on any area of life, basically. This could be your approach to life. This could even touch on your behaviors. Definitely going to be welcoming something new, because this is where the North Node is, into your life. Now, your South Node is going to be in Libra. So you are wrapping up matters in your opposite sign. So this is your 7th house of marriage, contracts, legal matters, business partnerships. Any relationship in general is going to shift or change. So this could be in love, this could be in business, this could be long-term friendships. And again, this is a letting go point, Aries. So this is where the South Node is. So something's got to go in this area of life in order to welcome in something new in the first house, in your area of life. So moving on to Taurus, this is happening in your 12th house of the unseen, healing, closures, karma. This is the subconscious. This is secrets. This is dreams. This is loss. This is also anything psychological, like psychological mental health or psychological matters in general. So again, this is where you're going to be welcoming in something new. And I'm going to be honest, Taurus, this might be a little bit of a quieter transit for you, or because again, it's subconscious, right? So some of you might be conscious of this, some of you might not be so much conscious of this energy. Really great time to work with a counselor at this time if you're interested. And that's just one example. I could go on and on and on, but I mean, this video is going to be like 18 hours if I go through all the different possibilities. But now, the South Node in your chart will be transiting Libra. So this is wrapping up matters in your 6th house of day-to-day work. This is duty, this is responsibility, this is your health, this is your fitness, this is your diet, this is your pets, habits, routines, this is the workplace, this is coworkers. Oh my God, this is a big house. This is like responsibility, day-to-day obligations, responsibility. So Taurus, this is a big house. Very big house. So the nice thing is you're letting something go in this area of life, Taurus, and you're going to have to. You're going to have to in order to, again, welcome in something new in that more so hidden subconscious area of your life. So I'll give you a simple example, just letting go of a bad habit, letting go of a bad routine, maybe getting into a better mental health routine. And in order to do that, in order to make space for that, guess what? You got to let go of the cigarettes, or you got to let go of, I don't know, the gluten or the dairy or something like that, and do something that's healthy, that's good for you, Taurus. So you're definitely going to be asked to let something go in this busy day-to-day house. Gemini, this is happening in your 11th house of friends, groups, communities, memberships. And this also rules your role within these groups, associations, memberships as well. This is also the house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term goals. This is social media. This is the future. This basically, Gemini, is the house of what supports you. So the good news is you are welcoming in something new in this area of life. So a very simple example would be a new friendship, a new, maybe you join a new group or a new association, or your role within your current groups and friendship circles are going to change a little bit for the better. When I say that, I mean for the better. Now, at your South Node point, you are, which is transiting Libra, you are wrapping up your matters in your 5th house of children, love affairs, romance, dating. This is sex. This is creativity. This is self-expression, drama, joy, fertility, gambling, hobbies. So Gemini, just to give you a very simple example here, you could be maybe letting go of, I don't know, a bad gambling habit or something like that. Or you could be letting go of maybe a hobby to, again, maybe take on a different sort of group association or a different type of hobby group that you do with other people. Because again, this is the 5th house, you're letting something go. Or another example would be dating. Maybe you have finally found the partner you want to be with, or someone that you want to be in a stable, steady relationship with. So that could also be another possibility. Now, moving on to Cancer, this is happening in your 10th house of career, reputation, public image, status. So what I mean by status could be you could go from being married to single again, or vice versa. You could go from single to maybe common law, or common law to marriage, or whatever the case may be. This house also rules your long-term goals. This is the legacy you want to leave behind, Cancer. This is also the axis that rules authority figures in your life, and this also includes bosses. This could include parental figures in your life. This is more so the male, like the 10th house is more so the male, the 4th house is the female, but these eclipses, Cancer, are hitting both axes anyway. So, I mean, this could, a very simple answer would be, maybe it might not be affecting you so much, but maybe your parents are doing some shuffling, or there's shuffling in the family that's going to affect you personally. That's a possibility during this eclipse. That's just an example, though. Again, depends on what's going on in your life right now. Now, Cancer, the South Node is in Libra. So that means you are wrapping up matters with regards to your 4th house. So this is home, family, roots, moving, self-care, property, the past. This is retirement. And again, this is the parental axis. This is the authority figure axis. So the 4th house is more mother than father type of figures in your life. But again, it's hitting both houses, Cancer, so it really could be affecting either parent or either authority figure. So Cancer, you are one of the ones I mentioned earlier, because it is, it's quite a big change. It's quite a big upheaval when these eclipses hit your 4th and 10th houses. I personally just went through this last year, and I had so much change happen in my career. My bosses changed, the company changed, my role changed a little bit. I moved, I bought a house. It was just, don't get me wrong, it was very chaotic, but now I can sit back and appreciate all the changes that have happened in my life. So this is a blessing, Cancer. This is going to nudge you back onto your path when it comes to 4th and 10th house matters. A really beautiful time. And again, this is not going to happen all at once, okay? This is a approximate 1.5-year transit. So but again, I'm not trying to doom and gloom people here. This is a very exciting time for all of us. Change is the new theme. So it's just better off to embrace it, because change is here to stay, I think, for quite a few years to come. Okay, moving on to Leo. This is happening in your 9th house of religion, law, higher education, teaching, long distance travel, ethics, beliefs, meeting people from different cultural backgrounds. This is all about, Leo, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. So, Leo, this is where you're going to be welcoming in something new into your life. So very simple example would be going back to school, going back to college or university, maybe something to do with spirituality or religion, getting back into that routine. This could be a shift in your ethics, your belief systems, for example. Now, your South Node being in Libra, this is wrapping up matters with regards to your 3rd house. So this is the mindset. This is communications. This is how you communicate. This is transportation. This is siblings. This is cousins. This is neighbors, relatives. This is your community, the community that you belong to. Even if you live in an apartment building, that's your community, the people that surround you. This also covers social media, the internet, and also short distance travel. So Leo, I definitely think you're going to be traveling, whether it's short or long distance, over the next 2 years, let's say. That's going to be definitely a part of your experience. But the 3rd house, you're letting something go here. So again, you could be an educational pursuit is a really easy example. You're wrapping up some sort of educational pursuit, and you could be moving on to higher education, or getting your master's, or going bigger, higher, whatever the case may be. Or if you're studying or practicing law, and then this is you actually finding your first job and moving into the legal path that you want to pursue. Absolutely. This could also be fated events when it comes to, again, siblings, cousins, relatives, neighbors. But this is a letting go. The third house, you have to let something go here, Leo, in order to embody and embrace something new in your ninth house energy. Now, moving on to Virgo. This is happening in your eighth house, Virgo. So this is psychological matters. This is big change. This is rebirth. This is transformation. This is taxes, debts, loans, shared finances, shared resources, period, basically. This is the shadow. This is deep, deep intimacy. This is passionate, deep sex. This is fear. This is power. This is control. I'm not going to beat around the bush here, Virgo. This is a very intense house, but it can be, I love the eighth house. It's very transformational, very transformational. And it can be a very powerful house. It can really empower you to take charge of your life, take ownership of your life. So this is where you're going to be welcoming in something new, Virgo. So a very simple example, say you move in with a partner during this time. So you start sharing resources, or maybe you get a mortgage with your partner. So there's that shared debt that's coming into the picture. Maybe you inherit something during this time period, property, whatever the case may be. Really good time, Virgo, if you're interested to work with a therapist or a psychologist, or if you want to do shadow work, beautiful time to get into that over the next year and a half. Now, the South Node transiting Libra, this is wrapping up matters in your second house of money, work, finances, income, your values. It's basically how you earn a living. It's your material possessions and what belongs to you. So Virgo, a very simple example would be you got to let something go in this area of life. So say you, say you have a whole bunch of possessions sitting in your house that is just collecting dust. Get rid of them, sell them. Again, this is hitting your financial access, right? So this is definitely, money is going to be on your mind, reassessing your money. Where is your money going? And because the North Node is in your eighth house, that's where the focus is going to be. So maybe in order to move in with your partner and get that mortgage, you're going to have to let go of that boat or that sports car or a big toy or some valuable artwork or something like that. Something has to go in order to welcome in something new. And again, this is not fast energy. This is going to be something you're going to work with for the next year and a half, approximately. Libra, this is happening in your opposite sign, which is your seventh house of contracts, marriage, legal matters, business partnerships, just Libra, anything to do with relationships, which is 100% this is your energy. This is your jam, so to speak. So this is where you are welcoming in something new. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be in love. This could affect friendships, long-term friendships. This could affect people at work, business partnerships, business relationships. So you're welcoming in something new. I mean, during this transit, you might take things to the next level, get married. You might welcome in a new business partner. You might, something to do with friendships, like long-term friendships, taking it to the next step with friendships, maybe traveling together, spending more time together, getting to know your friendship circle again. Now, the South Node in Libra, you are wrapping up matters in your first house. So again, this is hitting you personally, Libra. As I mentioned earlier, you, Aries, and also Cancer and Capricorns for sure. So you are wrapping up something to do with your physical appearance, your identity, your behaviors, the body. This is health. This is major life themes. This could even be changes to how you approach life, Libra. So something's got to go here. Now, a very simple example could be maybe something to do with your health routine. Now, it is hard to sometimes pinpoint first house matters because the first house could really affect any area of your life. And keep in mind, this is something that you're letting go of. So the first house can affect you personally, your relationships, your career, and also your fourth house. So this could be home, family, or your parents, something to do with your parents. Now, moving on to Scorpio, this is happening in your sixth house of day-to-day work, duty, responsibility, your health, your diet, your fitness routines, your pets, your habits, your routines, the workplace, your coworkers, your responsibilities and obligations. It's a big, heavy house, Scorpio. Lots of things happen in the sixth house. It's a very busy house, very, very busy house. So Scorpio, this is where you are embodying something new. So I'll give you a very simple example. This could be changing up your day-to-day house routine, home routine. What do you do when you come home from work? Do you just flop on the couch and then watch television and then go heat up a TV dinner and sit back on the couch and hit that bottle of wine? And maybe time to change that up a little bit. Diet, health might come to the forefront. This is the North Node after all. So your health, your body might start talking to you a little bit louder and louder and louder until you do something about it. Because this is the health house, absolutely. So welcome in something new here, Scorpio. And again, if your body is talking to you, don't ignore it. Go see the doctor or naturopathic doctor, however you deal with your health. Just don't ignore it during this time. Because again, this is fated karmic nudges. So definitely not something to ignore. Now, I also forgot to mention, Scorpio, if you own a business, this is also your employees that work for you. So if you are looking to hire the right talent, the right people, now is the time to do so. You will more than likely find fantastic people to work for you if you are a business owner. So this is a fantastic transit. And again, this is a long-term transit, Scorpio. So a year and a half, get those postings up, get those job ads up, and you'll attract the right people to your business. Now, the South Node sitting in Libra, this is wrapping up matters in your 12th house of, this is healing, this is the unseen, this is secrets, this is closures, this is karma, this is the subconscious mind, this is dreams, this is loss, this is anything to do with psychological matters. So this is a bit of a... this can be a quiet house, but it really depends on your life situation right now. And an easy example would be maybe you've been working with a counselor for several years. This would be like that breakthrough moment. This would be that aha moment, and you're able to finally heal and let something go and move on. Because again, you're welcoming in something new into that crazy busy sixth house. So you have to let something go, even if it's subconscious, even if it's, again, psychological. You're still letting something go in order to have the proper mindset to maybe take care of your body more, to maybe get a pet, caring for a new pet, or having a different relationship with your family dynamic. Your day-to-day duties and responsibilities would be an example. Now, moving on to Sagittarius. This is happening in your 5th house of children, love affairs, romance, dating. This is sex. This is creativity. This is self-expression. This is drama. This is fertility. This is joy and happiness. This is also your hobbies and gambling as well. So Sag, North Node in here. Are you welcoming in a new baby in your life, or has that already happened? Maybe for some of you it's already happened. So this is definitely a year and a half of focusing on intensely focusing on your children, if you have any children. Now, this could be North Node in the 5th house, lots of dating. If you are single, so lots of romance, dating, sex, lighthearted fun, some drama. So it is a lighter house, Sagittarius. It is a lot of fun. So I would definitely encourage you to take advantage of this. Now, one thing I do want to warn is for those of you not looking to start a family during this time, because this is a fantastic time to get pregnant, okay? When the North Node is transiting the 5th house. Again, this is fated energy. So you could get pregnant, like very fast. And if you're a guy listening to this and you're like, I have nothing to worry about, I don't think so. Okay, because if you're dating and you're having sex with multiple partners, next thing you know, boom, you get one pregnant. Okay, so this is just, again, I like to just warn people because you just never know, and this is fated energy. So if you don't want to start a family at this time, whether you're male, female, they, them, just take those extra precautions if you don't want to start a family. But if you do, excellent time to do it. Also an excellent time to dive into your creativity, your self-expression, your joy, your happiness. Find, bring back the joy. Sag, you're all about the joy. So bring back the joy into your life, basically. Now, you're letting something go at the South Node. So this is in Libra. So this is in your 11th house of friends, groups, community, memberships. And it's even your role within these groups. This is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. This is social media. This is the future. So Sagittarius, simple example, you got to let something go. Maybe you got to let a friendship circle go. Maybe you can't be a member of 12 different associations. Maybe you got to let some of those go, especially if, I'll go back to the family example. For those of you that are, have welcomed a new baby or are welcoming a new baby in the next couple years, well, yeah, maybe you got to let go of one of your friendship circles or memberships or whatever the case may be. This isn't a bad thing, Sag. Again, this is very fated energy. So what's got to go, it has to go. And maybe some of these things will naturally fall away. I've also seen that too, where friendships naturally fall away, or your role in these friendship circles is going to change in some way, shape, or form. So they might not disappear, but they might go through a transformation, so to speak. Also, you might have to let go of a long-term dream that you had, or definitely make changes to that. This is also social media, so maybe you got to take a break from social media, Sagittarius, or reassess how you are using social media. This would be a really good transit to take advantage of this energy. All right, and moving on to Capricorn. So this is happening in your 4th house of family, home, roots, self-care, property, the past, retirement. This is the parental access, Capricorn. So the 4th house is more so the motherly figure, but it could be either or. Regardless, it's hitting both your axis, okay? It's hitting the 4th house, it's hitting the 10th house. So it could be something to do with your parents, a shuffling or a change with something to do with your parents, and it's affecting you personally on some scale. With the South Node in Libra, this is wrapping up matters with regards to your 10th house. So this is career, reputation, public image, public status. Status meaning you could go from married to single. You could go from single to married, or common law to married, or whatever the case may be. That's a possibility with this transit. Long-term goals. And this is the legacy you leave behind, Capricorn. And again, authority figures, bosses, parents, as I mentioned, and this is the father. So the 10th house sort of represents the father, but it really could be either or, okay? Because again, it's hitting both your axis here. So Capricorn, you are one of the names I mentioned earlier. So Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, you all are getting hit, being affected by this the most. And I don't mean that in a Debbie Downer horrible way. Okay. This is very exciting. This is big changes happening for you. Personally, this happened to me last year, where I had eclipses that literally happened on my 10th house cusp and 4th house cusp. And let me tell you, I got a new boss. My whole career changed. The business got bought out. It was absolute craziness, it was so busy. And then on top of it, I bought a house, and then I had to renovate the house and I had to clean up the house. And last year was busy, Capricorn. Last year was busy. But you know what? I don't regret a thing. And it's such a blessing now to just embrace all of these changes that have happened in my life over the last year, And again, some of you might not play out in this way. I'm just giving you an example because this literally happened to me last year, and it was so exciting. It was scary, but it was so exciting with all these changes coming up. So anyway, it's going to be a good transit for you, Capricorn. And if anyone can handle it, it's going to be a freaking Capricorn, okay? And also an Aries. Don't tell the other signs this though, right? So, you guys are going to handle it well, and you know what, you guys take advantage of this energy, because if you ever want to start your own business, or maybe start working from home, whatever the case may be, this is phenomenal energy to, again, transform something in your career. Let go of something in your business or your work that is not working for you. It's not working for you. So, and this is encouraging you to move more towards that rebalancing of home, heart, family, and what that means to you and what is important to you. So, okay, moving on to Aquarius. This is happening in your 3rd house of the mind, communications, transportation, siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives. It's your community. So even if you live in an apartment building, let's say, that's your community. That's the people that surround you day in, day out. This is the house of social media, the internet, and this also covers short distance travel. So Aquarius, this is where you're welcoming in something new. So this could be a new educational pursuit. This could be faded occurrences with regards to your siblings. So you could get some exciting news about your siblings or relatives, or something to do with neighbors, some faded events with your neighbors or community. Also, I feel like Aquarius, you're going to have some faded travel experiences over the next couple years as well, because this is hitting your travel house of short distance travel and also long distance travel. Now, Aquarius, with the South Node being in Libra, you are wrapping up matters with regards to your 9th house. So this is religion, law, higher education, teaching, long distance travel, your ethics, your belief systems. This is all about meeting people from different cultural backgrounds. And this is ultimately the house of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. So I feel like Aquarius, during the next couple years, you might sort of retreat a little bit to sort of your own community, your own town or city or wherever you live. I feel like it's going to be more about the here and now as to where you are in your life. Also, another example would be wrapping up something to do with a legal case. So say something's been sort of dragging out the last couple years. It should get wrapped up in this transit. Now, again, it's not going to be a light switch. It's not going to just automatically happen. This is a 2-year transit. So I'm just saying you could be wrapping up anything to do with the law or legal matters at this time. Also, Aquarius, I wanted to mention this could be faded events with transportation. I don't mean car crashes or anything like crazy like that, but this could be purchasing, I'll give you a very simple example, because this happened to me unconsciously when the North Node was transiting my 3rd house years ago. This was years and years and years ago. A faded thing happened where I had an opportunity to buy a vehicle, and I still have it to this day. It's coming up 18 years that I've had this vehicle that's very special to me, very near and dear to my heart, nostalgic, if I dare say. So if you are in the market to buy a vehicle, do it, because you are going to find the perfect vehicle for you, your perfect mode of transportation. Also, you're going to have very faded interactions when it comes to traveling, transportation. You know, you hop on the bus, you hop on the train, and you could meet the love of your life. You know, you're going to have those really cool faded experiences when it comes to transportation. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, moving on to Pisces. This is happening in your second house of money, work, finances, your income, your values. This is basically, Pisces, how you earn a living. This is your material possessions. This is what belongs to you, Pisces. So this is happening at the North Node point. So guess what? I feel like there's going to be a lot of Pisceans out there trying to buy a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to want to fill your home with all these beautiful things and or whatever you're into. Whatever you're into. That's just the first thing that popped into my head as an example, because it is material possessions. So you're going to want to buy things, beautify your space, whatever the case may be. But this transit, Pisces, you should be able to rake in some cash. You should be able to line your pockets very well. You're going to have some very faded financial opportunities over the next 2 years, which is incredible. Now, the South Node being in Libra, this is wrapping up matters in your 8th house. So this is psychological matters. This is big changes. This is rebirth. This is a transformation. This is taxes, debts, loans, shared finances, just shared resources in general, shared property. This could be an inheritance, the shadow. This is deep, deep intimacy. This is also very passionate, deep, connected on a sexual level. This is also fear, power, and control. So a bit of a heavy house. The 8th house is heavy, but you're letting something go, Pisces, in this area of life. So one example would be you're finally wrapping up a debt that maybe you've been carrying for years and years and years. Wonderful opportunity to get rid of debt, because you should be making more money or earning more money or having more of those financial opportunities. So you should be able to get rid of that shared debt or your personal debt or whatever the case may be. Also, this is a really good time to, if you're working with a counselor, psychologist, therapist, whatever, really good time to sort of wrap up. You'll be able to sort of move through these emotions a little bit easier and let them go, because again, this is a letting go point of your chart. So beautiful energy to work with in the next couple years, Pisces. Again, if this resonates you, I'm just throwing out some basic examples here. All right, so that wraps it up for each and every sign. So I hope that helped. I can't wait to hear all about your eclipse stories, and let me know in the comments below if anything happened, anything big happened in your life, even starting back in February 2023, before our first total solar eclipse in Aries that happened April 19th, 20th, or did anything faded happen in April that you are comfortable sharing? I'd love to hear your stories, and I read all your comments, so I definitely appreciate every single one of you for watching and for subscribing and for commenting. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you're interested in a reading with myself, I'll leave all that information in the description box below. And I hope you enjoy your Aries Libra eclipse season. It's going to be fateful. It's going to be karmic. It's going to be very, very exciting. Lots of new beginnings and endings and change. As I said before, change is like the ultimate theme in 2023 and beyond. I think that's going to be the new norm for us, at least for quite a few years. So again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you back here in the next video. Bye for now.